Hey, what's up guys? John here. We are entering a very unique and interesting period in time. In Q3 and Q4, what ultimately happened? The rich, the wealthy, the billionaires, they were liquidating stock and really just capitalizing on the high valuations across all markets. Now what are they doing? They're just sitting on mountains and mountains of cash, awaiting distressed opportunities. I believe what we're going to see over the next 6 to 12 to 24 to 36 months is going to be a situation in which the wealthy become way more wealthy and the middle class really get punished. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what's going on and what you can do to protect yourself and provide for yourself and your family during these uncertain times. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for the smart and prepared investor. Please hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's going on. Take a look at this. Elon Musk says a global recession could last until the spring of 2024. Tesla founder and CEO Elon Musk thinks a global economic decline can last for another year and a half. We haven't even started this decline yet. When this really starts to sink in, people are going to, this isn't going to be anything like we've seen the last couple of years where, we are buying the dip. This is going to be a completely different level of decline. Consumer confidence is really going to get pulled out as inflation likely continues to roar and they continue to increase interest rates. The world's going to get much, much more challenging than what a lot of people can understand. In a Twitter exchange early Friday morning, Eastern time, the mechanical electric car executive, the world's richest man, said the recession could continue until the spring of 2024. The remarks came in a response in a tweet. The online name for the Dogecoin co-creator, Billy Marcus, who noted that current numbers are actually pretty low. I guess we'll have to worry about what is the impending global recession and nuclear apocalypse. It sure would be nice to have 1 year without a horrible global event, Musk replied. Tesla owner Silicon Valley, a Twitter account with nearly 600,000 followers, then asked Musk how long he thought the recession could last, to which he replied, just guessing, probably until spring of 2024. But interestingly enough, last year, Amazon doubled their real estate holdings. They doubled their holdings, and now Bezos is saying he's the latest to warn of an economy, saying it's time to batten down the hatches. Now, at that same exact time, they are pulling back dramatically on construction. They are even subleasing office square footage and industrial square footage. They've closed 75% of their U.S. call centers. They're getting ready for something. They're getting ready for a consumer that likely has a lot less money. And because of that, they probably realize they don't need everything that they currently have. They're going to pull back, they're going to wait, and then they're going to invest. Right now, Bezos is saying Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has become the latest corporate leader to warn about the state of the economy, cautioning that rougher times are likely ahead. Well, of course. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. Look at all the big corporations. What are they doing right now? They're issuing layoffs and they're getting ready for uncertain times. In a tweet posted Tuesday evening, the former president and CEO of the online retailing giant echoed comments that Goldman Sachs chief executive David Solomon made to CNBC earlier in the day. Yep, the probabilities of this economy tell you to batten down the hatches, Bezos said in a comment attached to a clip from Solomon's Squawk Box interview. Solomon, the head of Wall Street financial giant, says it's time for both corporate leaders and investors to understand the risk building up and to prepare accordingly. Solomon spoke after his firm had just posted quarterly earnings results that beat Wall Street estimates, yet he said a recession could be looming. As the economy deals with persistently high inflation, the Federal Reserve trying to lower prices through a series of aggressive interest rate hikes. I think you have to expect that there's more volatility on the horizon, Solomon said. Now, that doesn't mean for sure that we really had difficult economic scenario, but on the distribution of outcomes, there's a good chance that we could have a recession in the United States. Fed officials have been warning of a recession as possible as a result of a monetary policy tightening. They hope to avoid a downturn. You think about what's happened over the last couple of years. They printed trillions and trillions of dollars building out an economy on 0% interest rates. People are taking out PPP loans and using stimulus to buy things in which they're going to make monthly payments on, whether it be an SUV, a car, whatever it may be. The buy now, pay later situation really exploded. People have a lot more debt than I believe a lot of Americans believe. A lot of people think that, some people, it's interesting. You have some people that think that everything's going to be completely fine, and then you have another group of people where I sit, where I'm saying, you know what? How can this really stand? If you have 20 million American households that can't pay for basic utilities. You have over $1 trillion in outstanding credit card debt. You have $1.6 trillion in auto loan debt with the average car payment of $740 a month. You have gas prices continuing to rise. You have 52% of all employers scheduling layoffs. And ultimately, interest rates are rising, so all that debt's going to get so much more expensive. Along with it, cost of food and everything else. And meanwhile, wages are basically flat, and we have all of these jobs that are soon to be cut. 52% roughly of all employers are scheduling layoffs. What's ultimately going to happen? You're going to have defaults happening everywhere, whether it be home loans. Everything's going to, I think, enter a great opportunity for a smart and savvy investor, but it's going to be a really tough time for middle class America coming very, very soon. But I also believe the money is made on the buy. Look at Carl Icahn, for example. Carl Icahn, famous billionaire, he always said, my job is, as an investor, is to buy when everybody wants to sell and to sell when everyone wants to buy. We're going to be entering a period where it's no longer going to be the NFT meme stock mania, and we're entering now a new period where people are going to be looking for places to park cash, a safe and secure investment that's going to perform well during the uncertain times. People are going to start to really question the value of the dollar as we start to get outside threats from other countries building out other potential currencies. We're going to start to see a lot of people looking for defensive, value-driven investments over the next 36 months and less. And what I ultimately think is that fortunes will be made for the smart and savvy entrepreneur that's aware as to what's going to happen. You look at 2006, 2007, what ultimately happened? You had banks everywhere tightening up their lending restrictions after the crash, looking at the mistakes that they made in the former years. And the only people that were getting loans were people with incredible credit, with cash reserves, with stable income, that were really risk-free in their eyes. That's what I think is going to happen again. We're going to start to see all these banks saying, you know what, I'm not going to take any risk. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to look for the right borrowers to lend money to because I need to make money on the loans, but I also don't want to expose myself to any outside risk. So if you're thinking about maybe buying property, you want to invest, you want to do exactly what the wealthy are doing, you ultimately need A-plus credit. I believe 750 and above. If you look at what the CEO of Bank of America said, Bank of America CEO said that the average FICO scores of people taking out auto loans, home loans, refinances, credit cards was over 770. That's what's going to ultimately happen. If you need help fixing your credit, we would love to help you at cashnow.video, or even call us at 561-430-5900. That's 561-430-5900 for a free consultation. Big changes are going to be coming to this economy. What do you think about the entire situation? Drop below. Let's have a conversation about this. Hit the like button, subscribe here, and subscribe also to my second channel. It's an interactive call-in show and a podcast. And I'm really curious as to what do you think. All the smartest people in the world, all the smartest people, all the executives, all dumping stock at the height of the market, all last year, Q3, Q4, everyone was selling. Meanwhile, the masses were buying the dip in Q1, right? Now what's ultimately going to happen is we are going to start to see a lot of weak hands fold, and the world's going to get more challenging. People are going to be forced to sell. I think we're going to see massive opportunities, probably the biggest opportunities we've seen in our lifetime, coming very, very soon. Drop it below. Let's have a conversation about it. I'll catch you guys in the next video.